Thank you, Fred. Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure. Sadly, but a pleasure to be here. And first of all, I would like to thank Fred for inviting the PEO to be here to share this special gathering and have the opportunity to help celebrate a life of our very own RoseAnn. I took the liberty of requesting comments or interesting remembrances to be included in my remarks, and so later Jackie Holochek will have a few words, as will Pat Help, about things that RoseAnn has impressed upon them. There were not enough adjectives in my vocabulary, even with a master's degree, and it just seemed that I'm going to be repeating of what a lot of you have already said. But I'm going to repeat them again because they are so true, and they are things that if we all had, how much better we would be. A devoted wife, mother, caring, and especially grandmother. How she loved her granddaughter. We heard so many stories, and they were so wonderful. And Natalia, you are a lucky young woman. She absolutely adored you, the joy of her life. She valued education and secured a PEO loan, which we hold very dear to us, in order to attend the University of Northern Iowa. And we still give these loans out to individuals who are searching for a little bit more money to help them through their education. She was a force, possessing great strength of character and countless energy. That's redundant, I know, but she had countless energy. It carried her through the rough patches, exemplified as she faced her health challenges head on, very much head on. Very intelligent, focused, and extremely organized. And believe me, did I ever appreciate that, because she served on Taste of the Town committee that I was co-chair and chair for a good many years, and we celebrated our 30th anniversary in 2018. This was a group of women who had been involved with Michigan State University. Most of us were faculty wives, and we endowed a scholarship for young people in the university students in their junior and senior years, which were for individual students who had desperate financial need. Taste of the Town was the thing, and she became one of my committee members for a good many years. A lot of these ladies who are sitting here have also been on that committee. So she was very dependable, and definitely a good listener, as you've just heard. Fun, oh, was she fun. Fun-loving, dynamic, sincere, and she had an abundance of good judgment. Those who were interested in joining our organization, which is an international organization, and we too are very much involved in scholarships for individuals who are looking forward to higher education. When anyone wanted to join the organization and attended a meeting to see what we were all about, she met them with a smile, a wonderful greeting, and hope we'll see you again sometime. She was a great party planner, so she fit in very well with Taste of the Town. When our social committee was formed about 9 years ago, we decided to have a summer potluck, and that has continued on at the home of one of our members in Okemos. She made sure and told the hostess that I will assist you in all that's necessary, and I will never leave your house until the last spoon is washed. We all want her to help us plan a party. She was an idea person, and you've heard that, but she was an idea person. Grandma Camp made us jealous. It involved her granddaughter and friends, and it created lasting memories, bringing history alive. Things you will never forget. And who would have guessed that I shouldn't say we, but I will say we for just a second, that we would get up in the very, 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 very early hours of the morning. I'm not a morning person, and celebrate the summer solstice. There's a picture here of all of these crazy friends of mine, and many of these ladies sitting here with their, anyhow, they had a wonderful time, and they've never let me forget that I slept through it. She made sure that we had one good experience at an MSU women's basketball game annually. And the price was good, and she had it in with Susie, and she would get a nice prize. And we all have pink t-shirts that say MSU women's basketball. And some of that money went into some of the projects that we did locally, and we do quite a few things for local women. But that summer solstice event just sort of topped it all for a while. Very early in the morning, very well attended, and very colorful. One presentation that RoseAnn did at one of our meetings was a presentation on the value and the health effects of laughter. Now, while she was doing this, we all had to don these wonderful, wonderful noses. It makes you smarter immediately. And so, and when you're smart and anyone says anything, well, look at you. Are you going to laugh? Laugh. Laugh. Okay, that's the way she ran this meeting. We had such a good time. I've kept my nose, and many times in being married to a man for almost 62 years, you need to put a clown nose on. Right? Whoops, I'm going to lose it. Okay. Another thing that she did that was really wonderful, and Jackie Holacek is going to speak to this, Pat Hepp is going to speak to this a little bit later, was called Because We Care, a program for mentoring students in their first year. RoseAnn had a life plan, a bucket list that worked. She clicked things off, one of which was to see Puxatoli Phil in real life. Did you know that? And she did. And you heard the story. I don't remember where she went. Do you remember where she went? Anyhow, she was thrilled. I don't know whether he was or not, but she was certainly thrilled and brought us back the weather report. My Taste of the Town Committee, and I say that because I did it for so long, this fundraiser for MSU endowed scholarships for students with financial need. Greatly appreciated having RoseAnn as a committee member. And there are photos up here of just that very thing. So, we did I wrote a ditty. I walk about 3 miles a day, and when I was walking one summer, I made up a ditty. And I performed this ditty just to get people to buy tickets. Boy, what you won't do to get money. At any rate, I talked two other members of the Taste of the Town Committee into learning this ditty. And there are pictures up here on my board that show them in action. I won't give you any more information, but it's not secret. We had the pleasure, I think that's definitely the right word, of visiting RoseAnn during the recent past weeks, months, and couple years. And to Fred, we thank vehemently. He treated us with desserts, cookies, coffee, He endured our stories, our laughter. I took some of the volumes of pictures because I've taken for organizations for many, many years, and all of these pictures on this board are mine. And we opened those books with her and reminisced about the things that she knew, the places that we had taken her to with our meetings, the things that we had done together, the silliness we had done, things about just happenings that we were going through at home, things about our grandchildren, etc., etc. You know how ladies talk. He did survive this all. And he just kept spoiling us with good food. Fred, you know, you exemplify the song. Stand by me. A couple of my members of PEO really blessed me with some of their thoughts when I asked if they would give me some thoughts to talk about while I'm standing here. And one said that RoseAnn was perhaps the most radiant person I have ever known. Thank you. Spread like her energy spread like lava from the moment she walked into a room. People were drawn to her like a magnet. Her light brightened the darkest room, and you couldn't help but smile when you were around her. Another comment is, RoseAnn made a difference in this world. Each of us, each of us who was lucky enough to be in her life has been touched by her radiance. She will always be a part of us who knew and loved her. So with sadness, joy, and love, thank you.
Yes, Karen's one of those stalwart leaders that we so admire, and RoseAnn wanted to be a part of that association for sure. As I mentioned earlier, the role she was able to carve out there was, I think, very meaningful and very fulfilling to her, and we're thankful to have that as part of her retirement experience. Our